I'm gonna show you something beautiful. Everyone screaming for mercy. You want to protect the world, but you don't want it to change. You're all puppets, tangled in strings. Strings on me.
We on.
We motherfucking on. What up, what up? It's your boy Marco from Upside Down Studios. It is What the Fuck Wednesday.
Yes, it is.
And we have kind of showing out the hypocrisy of something and just the true definition of a snowflake. You know, oh, we got motherfucking Corey Cobain in the house.
Oh, yeah, I'll be in and out.
Oh, yeah. You know, I got a real good friend of mine. Well, actually, fuck it, I'm gonna bring this up on Friday anyways on the other show on my before the Scotty show. You know, I'm gonna have to go at the. He's one of the comedians, one of the hosts up there. He's just a fucking liberal, fucking just the snow. Like he ain't even a snowflake. He's like a whole fucking snow avalanche. like there's just snow coming from everywhere. Oh my god. But these people out here who are bleeding heart liberal. You know, they talk about they don't have this and that, and they're poor, and they can't do something or other. Look, we had a financial. He's actually a millionaire. He owns some life insurance companies and shit on that show, and these guys were asking him advice and shit. And I'm just sitting in the back. I'm just listening to the hypocrisy of all this because in every fucking post that you put up on your timeline, on every fucking thing you say, you are anti-establishment. And after the 4th, the day after, talking about he had a good time and he kicked it and he's this and that, but he don't know why, because most Americans don't have $2 $5 bills to rub together and they pocket and they poor and this and that and all this. And I'm not gonna lie, he went to the point where I felt offended as an American. You know, I even told him, I was like, you know, so, you know, I told him on one of the shows, I think it was after one of the shows. I'm like, so, you own your own house, right? Who lives in my family's house? Yeah. Okay. All your bills are paid? The light bill, the water bill, the gas bill, all that shit is paid? He's like, yeah. He's like, you know, you have groceries in your fridge? Your fridge is good? Yeah, my fridge is full, my freezer is full, I got groceries. And you got custody of your little girl. Right? He's like, yeah. And you got a newer car. Right? Yeah. You're not fucking poor. You're not broke. You just don't have expendable money. You're fucking whining about the government and the establishment when you are doing quite fucking well. Who the fuck are you to demand more when you ain't fucking doing shit? And it's something that blew my mind. Blew my mind. How many people say they have a mentor? Why you need somebody? And what's a mentor? You know, we could have a talk, you know. And it's, I was like, you know, just like he said, you know, if you feeling like you need to talk to somebody or you need somebody to give you that little bit of faith, then the church that you keep preaching about ain't doing its job. You know? You sitting here telling me that somebody told you that you got to put away so much money a month. Why you need somebody to tell you that? You ain't 5. So, did I tell you about me going over there? The whole, like I went out to Akron.
Oh, yeah, I know about that.
About the garage and all that?
Nah, I knew about you going up there and shit.
So we get out there. I drove out there. And, you know, I'm looking at this poor man's house. Which is a pretty decent house, pretty nice house. And the grass is high. He apologized. He was like, man, you know, I got 2 mowers and neither one of them can run. So I'm picturing in my mind, from what I'm hearing, you know, because I'm giving him the sympathy thing. You know, from what I'm hearing in all the arguments we had, this is the first time I was ever up at his house. You know, he's supposed to be poor, so I'm thinking lawnmower beat up, you know, something maybe got on a garage sale or flea market, probably on his last leg. This not two $5 bills to rub together. Got a 4-car garage. When he opened this 4-car garage up, 2 brand, one was a Craftsman and one was like like a Husqvarna maybe. But one of them real expensive push mowers. You know, brand new, look like, oh mind you, he's a landscaper too. You got 2 brand new, these mowers look like they never touched grass in their life. So I looked at the one lawnmower and I'm like, he's full of shit. He just didn't want to cut his grass. You know, he's full of it. And you know the dick that I am. I poured some gasoline on the air filter, put the fucking thing on, pulled it straight, boom, started right up. He's looking at me like, you cocksucker. And then, you know, mind you, today I asked him if we cut the grass. And like, I can't even bitch because I've been cutting my grass all week. And my grass still damaged to my knee.
Damn.
And I got a rider.
Terrible.
Oh, it's just, well, you know when there's a good, calm when there's a good calm where you have that maybe week or two where you actually feel like there's some peace almost coming into the whole situation. You know goddamn well a whole shit storm is about to hit you. And that's what it did. I'm kind of used to it by now. It sucks, but I'm kind of used to it by now. But yeah, getting back to the whole snowflake thing, man. This is the problem with the fucking country, man. Like, who told these people that they were supposed to be given this shit? I was listening. I forget what the fuck I was listening to on the radio. And they were talking about, healthcare and this and that. I don't understand why people think healthcare is a right. It's nice. Being that it's, America, if we could do that shit the right way and keep politics out of it, then yeah, healthcare for everybody would be fucking awesome. As long as it was done right. Doctors got paid, everybody got paid the right way. It'll never be like that. They'll keep giving you the hope and dream of that shit, but it will never be like that, and that's why I'm totally against it. Nobody wants to even it out. You can't expect fucking these top-notch doctors to be fucking doing surgery on your fucking illegal kid for fucking peanuts, and when he just made 10 grand fucking doing surgery on a legal kid who actually had to pay, and his family had to pay out of pocket. You think them fucking, just like all these foreign doctors come to America, you don't think that all our American doctors ain't gonna go over to wherever the fuck else? Motherfuckers keep this shit up, and we gonna have to fly to fucking Pakistan to talk to somebody to get to a good hospital or a doctor. Because Pakistan is that little in-between where the call centers and shit or all that. Pakistan or some kind of status in the it's the dot on the head they need. Your clues. Who loves the quickie mark? Yeah, dude, that's just the dude, I don't knock anybody's hustle, but I don't necessarily, subscribe to a lot of these self-help, I guess mentorship type fucking gurus or whatever. Jared's a good fucking one for that. He's all into those, motivational speakers and this and that. I guess if that's your shit, that's your shit. But, come on, man. I mean, they're complaining out here about their jobs. And they're complaining out here about how much they get paid. Well, you chose that field. You chose that whole situation. You chose it. You have the choice to leave it for something that may pay better. You have the opportunities to get a better education. And people with this whole bullshit about free college and free student loans and this and that. Most of the people, at least the ones that I've known growing up and throughout my life, a damn person paid off no fucking student loan. Never. Never. Maybe some little bullshit to like some little nursing school or whatever shit. But I mean, just look at that. You gonna let everybody just pay for everybody's student loans now? What about all the years and years of people who fucking busted their ass and worked in the kitchens in the universities, or worked the book depository, or worked, at one of them little stands just to make their tuition to help their families out or whatever. That's fair enough. Oh, because you whine that you pick fucking like liberal arts or some bullshit like that as your goddamn name. You're a doctor, fucking. You have an awesome imagination, but you can't fucking change a light bulb or fix your fucking tire. The fuck? And it's all, you know, it's the government's fault. It's the government should. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair at all. You know, I had to work for my shit. You know, I had to work for everything that was fucking given to me before I came into what I got. You know, there was times where I stood in them lines, you know, in front of the churches. There was times that, you know, that I stood in them welfare lines. You know, and don't let that pride get you. You know, pride is what makes this fucking country fucked up. You know, I got pride in my country, but best believe I got pride in my family first. And, you know, I'd be damned, you know, if I'm gonna let a little thing like, I ain't gonna let nobody see me standing in the welfare line, or I ain't gonna let nobody see me standing in front of the church to get this. No! You know what? I ain't gonna let nobody see my fucking kids starving. You know, I ain't gonna let nobody see my kids in some raggedy ass clothes or dirty, motherfucker. You got me fucked up. You know, and if people would suck up their pride, they would realize America got free health care. America got free food. America got free education. You just gotta take your ass to the right fucking place to go get it. And the more hood you are, I'm sorry to say it, I don't give a fuck you call me racist or not, because this ain't a color. The more fucking hood you are, the easier it is to get. That's fucked up. You know, because, I mean, and I have to admit, you know, it has calmed down a lot. But I remember the days where, you know, I had to sit in the welfare office and I knew to humble myself to, you know, just be there. And people walk in with fucking fat gold chains and fucking nails done and all this shit talking about why my food stamps didn't come this month. Bitch, sell one of them earrings. What the fuck? You got the new iPhone. I'm still working with Revel. Remember Revel? That was the cheapest phone you could fucking get back in the day. Everybody wants to have that whole, I need welfare and I want welfare, but I don't want it to be called welfare. So it should just be called free health care for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, and that's my issue with the Obamacare. The people, you know, praise that Obamacare helped so many people out, and this and that. Really? 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 It helped so many people, this and that? No, what it did was, it had people apply for welfare on their computer, and then get to pay for the same thing that would have been free if they would have drove down to the welfare office. And not only that, you got put on a list, so if you didn't get it, or you let that shit lapse, you got penalized on your taxes. What the fuck?
Yep.
I mean, I had one of the other guys on the other show, I guess he campaigned for Obama. I was like, and he's talking about, no, he did really good on the health care, and he did real good on the prison reform. Wait a fucking minute. Now, I just explained the whole health care thing in a nutshell. But prison reform? You know, I kept telling that, and I still tell everybody, you know, Obama didn't do shit but fucking smile in everybody's faces. He marched with the people while he threw them in jail. Him and Kamala Harris. You know, he was all for stop and frisk in New York. You know, you remember, everybody got to know what that is now. With Bloomberg and all the bullshit that went on in New York now, you know, oh, stop and frisk was this and that, put so many black folks in. Well, it is not racist to say that the cops were predominantly in black neighborhoods. That's where the crime was. You know, if the crime was in the white neighborhoods, which there are parts of America where it's, you know, there's trailer parks full of motherfuckers, you know, there are more cops around there. You know, now I'm not saying that, you know, there isn't, we got them dickhead cops. You know, we're going through that, we see that shit now. We got that, but it's not every fucking buddy. But it's common sense. You know, just think if you're in a fucking war. Alright, you got 5 enemy soldiers to your left. And you got 100 enemy soldiers to your right. You ain't gonna send your boys to the left. You gonna send maybe 1 or 2. You might just send a fucking tank or a drone to the left. Everybody is going to the war. Over there. You know, that was New York. And motherfucking California. Kamala Harris and Booker, whatever the fuck his name is. The one who got caught fucking, I guess, finger fucking some dude's ass. Yeah, he was all over some dude. There was a lawsuit, he settled. They tried to throw it up under the rug. I think that's why he fucking dropped out of the race. He knew damn well if he had to go against Trump was gonna be like, didn't you fucking rub some intern's ass? He was a guy. You know Trump would have did it. He'd have pulled that card quick. He'd have had the guy in the audience like he did with the Clintons. Oh, fuck. What else has there been going on, man?
Bunch of bullshit.
The people still pissing and moaning over Trump and this COVID thing. Again, Trump's not a doctor. He's doing his best. If you ain't noticed, he's kind of winging it on this end. You know, not everybody's perfect everywhere. You know, I know it, and we all know it. You know, opposed to anything else, nobody wants to talk about this shit, but our economy is fucking going back through the roof again. You know, it's actually damn near the same as Obama's great economy. And that's in the middle of a pandemic. What's half of our remember? The government, people I'm gonna get that shit to governors, and the governors to the mayors, whatever, let each state choose that shit. What is that? That is anti-government. Kind of screwed the pooch there, but it's anti-government. I mean, how much more? How much? People are bitching that he took a picture in front of a church, but nobody bitched about that church being on fire 20 minutes before that from the rioters. And then, like, do these people even know what they're rioting for anymore? Do these people even know what they're fighting for anymore? Because none of this is about, even though I think the whole Floyd thing was some hype bullshit, you know, he shouldn't have died, but still. It's not about Floyd anymore, and it's not about police brutality anymore. You know, it's just about a bunch of fucking assholes fucking shit up. And these fucking governors or whoever, you know, I don't know if they think they're gonna get promoted. They think some, you know, they gonna get some. But look, I'm no lawyer. I'm no law person. I ain't even been to college. But it don't take the rocket sciences to know. Unless you do some really, really fucked up shit, and it's got to be worse than smoking crack in the fucking hotel and getting caught with some prostitutes. Them Congress people are there for life! 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 It's a sucking El Chapo. And that's if the right people didn't get paid off. You know, so I don't know where these governors think they going. Ain't nobody. Ruth Bader Ginsburg still ain't fucking dead. That bitch looks like a fucking Skeksis. Remember the fucking things with the dark crystal? They look like the vultures. Oh my god. Like I don't. That's like that Lightfoot lady. How the fuck? That she was all against, she's all about defunding police. And I'm not talking about defund like fucking, you know, take a little bit of money away. I'm talking about she wants the cops gone. she's pissing about it. She don't want Trump to bring in the National Guard or whoever the fuck in there. All this, but the bitch got cops. Cops. They have to. It ain't even a choice. Guard her home. They surround her home. You dumb cunt. If I was dumb cops, this house smell like kerosene over here.
Something ain't right.
She said black lives ain't shit. Burn this motherfucker down. What the hell is wrong? I mean, and people have a big misconception of what Trump said. You know, they think that Trump wants to stop testing because he said, you know, there's more cases keep popping up. And Trump's like, well, yeah, that ain't necessarily the virus spreading.
No.
You know, nobody's saying how many, like, new cases, like, as far as, like, within the past, say, month. You know, how many cases within the past month, like, somebody just caught that shit. Well, nobody does that. What they do is, they take all these tests, and the motherfuckers could have had, you know, that shit could have been from back in the day, that could have been from now, that could have been from wherever, and then have these tests they're saying ain't even fucking accurate. These ones that they push because the ones that Trump endorsed weren't no good. You know, and then all of a sudden the CDC people are talking shit because Trump booted them. Where's the CDC at? The WHO, the World Health Organization, and the CDC. Dude, first of all, it was like NATO, dude. First of all, the CDC was, I guess, in league, in fucking cahoots or whatever with pharmaceutical shits.
Yeah.
Duh. You know? And the whole FDA, you know, they put pressure on the FDA to push all these fucking vaccines and shit through. Which is good in the fact that, you know, if people want the vaccine and it's actually going to help, then that's cool. But, you know, we don't want some, alright, throw them two together and throw it in that bottle back there, shake it up. If you spill some, just throw some more from the other side there. They ain't testing it.
Yep.
Sniff this.
You don't die, we selling it.
Through the system. You think after all this shit is said and done with, is they're gonna stop that?
No, probably not.
No, they're not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Also, this whole pandemic thing's kind of, I mean, I hate to say it, but got Trump by the balls. You know, the whole, we all know, you know, he got a hard on for the opiates. You know, something about the opiates and heroin, you know, he don't like that shit. I bet, you know, I feel like maybe his mama or grandma might have did some boy back in the day or something. You know, something traumatized Trump because, you know, he put that shit in front of his autistic kid. You know, he said, fuck the autism vaccinations. We fucking getting rid of the fucking dope. Not a bad thing, but
yeah.
In essence, though, that's why we got a lot of our soldiers pulled out of the litter box, which nobody really wants to see, or fucking nobody wants to report about it. You know, we was over there guarding poppy fields and shit. You know, the most fucking heroin was coming from Afghanistan and the sandbox over there. You know, it's all fucking heroin coming from out there. You know, the cocaine comes from south of the border, the Hispanics, but the heroin was coming from the sand people. You know, the Chinese lost that fucking lock a long time ago. And then they gave up the recipe to meth, which fuck you too. That was the dumbest move. They probably gave up the recipe to get some more meth.
Probably.
I'll show you how to cook it, just give me some.
That's fucked up.
My point is, you know who benefited the most from that drug game?
Hmm.
Pharmaceutical companies.
Mm-hmm.
People pushing the
Narcan.
oxys, the people pushing the bikes, the people pushing the fucking the methadone,
Mm-hmm.
pushing that shit. You know, the pseudo opiates, the fake opiates that are so, you know, what they just take one molecule away out of the motherfucking dope, and all of a sudden it's not dope no more. No, it don't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, technically, to be on paper, you know, you take that one molecule away, and yeah, that's not, you know, that's how they made designer drugs back in the 80s, man. You know, this isn't fucking cocaine, this is ice.
Mm-mm.
It looked like somebody broke a fucking window. Yes, you know, now, see, when we do it, we don't add, you know, we add more ether.
Yeah.
We take away some of the cocaine and we just add more ether, and then we dry it out in grandma's drawers,
Yep.
and it gives it that nice crusty, glassy look. But anyways, like, pharmaceutical companies are gonna, like, took the hit real bad on that, and that's why you see a lot, you know, like the doctors ain't allowed to fucking prescribe fucking painkillers to a lot of people. You know, you gotta go to a pain clinic or some shit like that. You know, and there was a big crackdown on the opioids, even in just medicine. So now we got an issue with China, and that's where all our fucking medicine was being made. Guess who did that shit? The Clintons. And who rode that shit out? The Bushes and the Obamas. Actually, the Obamas was Biden. Biden himself was giving them motherfuckers, you know, so they had to run on our fucking medicines. And with them fucking shit up and then lying about it and then, you know, thinking that Trump was gonna be a bitch, and that's one thing Trump ain't. You know, he'll make himself look like a fool before he makes himself look like a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And that ain't always good. But you know, they thought they was gonna go one up on Trump, and now we got no medicines coming in from China. So now we gotta have, what's the big push now? Who comes to save the day? The pharmaceutical companies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you drop all these regulations, and you drop this and that, and let us make our dope here in America? Dude, you got every vaccine.
Yeah.
We're pushing out fucking America. There's going to be Vicodins with USA on the back of them. You guys is going to have red, white, blue oxys. I mean, I'm telling you, man, people going to start getting the good dope again. All made in America. See what we did to the weed game. You know, we shut down a lot of the weed game. Why do you think, you know, there's a dope flooding the fucking streets now? Why? Because the Americans said, fuck it. We'll make it legal here, slowly but surely, and we'll make it here.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I mean, people think that, you know, the Americans got the Indians, you know, by stealing land and shit. Nah, I started doing some research because I had a dude in Thailand who's doing like a lot of Indian shit, you know, like background and on different tribes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got interested in it. And yeah, that whole stealing of the land, horse shit. Yeah, horse shit. But you know what they did steal? You know what the Americans did get the fucking Indians for? It's the tobacco industry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's, you know, nobody looked. We had
What do we got on what?
20 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So our pharmaceutical companies, after all this shit is over and done with, and they look like the superhero. You know, what's done? All these pharmaceutical companies are pretty much free balling.
Mm.
And they're made in America. Made in America. So that's what this fear mongering did. You know, it didn't fucking get rid of the dope. It just made it homegrown. And you want to take the cops away. You know, I seen an awesome meme on Facebook. It said, so you want to defund the police? So instead of now 911, I just call the coroner directly.
Yep. Exactly.
People don't understand the ramifications of this. And, you know, we got people out here saying, oh no, when they say defund them, the police, they're saying taking so much. No, there's no set limit. There's no set definition. Anytime you defund any kind of police, you make things 1,000 times worse. Y'all motherfuckers don't remember RoboCop? Remember the beginning of RoboCop? You know, Metro City?
Yep.
The chicken with the 80s hair dressed about to get raped.
I mean, it did take place in the 80s at the time.
That was the better RoboCop.
Yeah.
The new RoboCop sucks so bad. But they're both on the new Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to defund the fucking cops? You really. And now, did you see? Dude, and I would love to meet her and shake her hand. I think I might have talked about this on one of the other shows. There was a black woman, young black woman, and I guess she does like street preaching and stuff. You know, God, you know, Bible thumping lady, nothing wrong with it. But she started going around, I guess, all the states. Well, I don't know if it was all the states, but all the cities around in New York and stuff, and even the one in front of Trump Tower, and started blackening out all the Black Lives Matter signs. Her and there was like one or two other people. So there's a shit ton of people who start surrounding her, screaming and yelling at her. Why are you doing this? A couple people got in her face. Cops are standing right there, letting these people get in her face. Then, these same pieces of shit that fucking scream at these cops and throw bottles of piss at these cops and demand that these cops be taken away, scream at these fucking cops that this girl be taken away. The girl got arrested. What the fuck?
Yep.
She made the street black again. Black streets matter.
Oh, shit.
She got fucking dude. I saw that and I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And just to let y'all know, she was a black woman. She was a black woman. She was telling everybody. She wasn't mean. She wasn't throwing any kind of curse words. She was like, black lives don't matter. All lives matter. Jesus matters. Jesus, y'all need to go to church. Jesus matters. I ain't even believing in that, but it sounds a lot better than Black Lives Matter. Let's burn this place down. I just think,
wow.
They got the nerve. I think it was, what fucking town was it? Oh my God, it was one of these snowbirds. I think it was Seattle, matter of fact. Went off, having a big old hissy fit. I could be wrong on the whole place, but I was just gonna say Seattle because that's a big fucking snow mountain. To split California, fuck out of fucking America. It's like, no, we're gonna fucking stop this shit now. After a while, how much of your shit do you let your kids fuck up before you start kicking ass?
Yep. Exactly.
I mean, enough is enough. You know, and I'm all for peaceful protest, but this is not peaceful protesting. These are fucking assholes fucking up. Oh my God. So, I guess I'm gonna end up on this. Like I said, we're gonna cut this short. I have some things I gotta take care of. But I just happened to come across an article. Now I always thought like Reddit was some bullshit. Every time I ever heard anything like Reddit or whatever, I always considered it like a tabloid or some shit like that. But I guess now everybody's like quoting Reddit, and Reddit's becoming like Wikipedia or whatever, and that's like a new authority. But you know Epstein had another island?
Yeah, I seen you said something about it earlier. That's the only thing I heard.
St. James Island. Now they ain't saying what's on it or anything yet. But he bought it, like they went into detail on how he bought it, which was kind of smart, I'm not gonna lie. You know, it was kind of, you know, that I guess the people who owned it, and by the way, he only bought it for $22 million. You can buy an island for $22 million. That's fucking unreal. I wonder if I can get an owner for that. I'm about St. James, shit.
There you go.
But I guess the people who owned it, the government or whatever there, wouldn't sell it to Epstein because they saw that he was all, you know, the pet. You're fucking too much shit up. You know,